Hello, time for another game. Now it's 2007 and it's in February and we're playing the tournament in Linares. And he's playing against Veselin Topalov, who I talked about before. Was one of the best players at this time period. And Linares, it was a very, very strong tournament. It began in 1978. And they had this tournament until 2010 when it was cancelled. But all of these times it was one of the strongest tournaments. It was as strong as we can see, for example. Topalov, born 1975 in Bulgaria. He, in 2005, no, it's 2007, so it's just 2 years later, he won the FIDE World Champion Chess tournament in Argentina and making him the FIDE World Chess Champion. As you know, Kasparov and Kramnik, they had left FIDE because of some arguments. So Topalov was the official FIDE World Chess Champion then. In 2016 he played a reunification match against Kramnik, but Kramnik won that one and took the World Chess Champion match from Topalov. But just two years before this this game that I'm showing you now, Topalov was the world champion, and he at that time has had 28-16, making him one of the first players to go over 2800. You can't see the FIDE rating now, but Topalov has 2783 and Magnus has 2690 now. Magnus starts with d4 and Topalov is playing a semi-Slav system. Here you can play bishop g5, which is very complicated, or Merano system that Magnus plays here, e3. And here we saw the game against Gretarsson. Magnus tried g4 here, but now he's playing more solidly with b3. Reason you play b3 before bishop e2 is because you want to take back with the pawn here, of course. And this is a typical position. It's known as a tabia. It's the Russian word for a typical position. So lots of players plays these kind of setups. And it's common for white to break with e4, get this pawn structure. This is supposed to be quite even. Interesting here that black allows white to play c5. c5 is an interesting way to like play for a win, but of course black also get his squares, so it's a try for white to make the position a little bit more interesting. Otherwise this tabia is very hard for white to do anything. Like it's a solid tabia for black. But the computer thinks black is doing fine here. d4 is weak, so let's see how Magnus managed to win this. Like this, for example, black has put his pieces correctly attacking d4, so it should be like a draw here, probably. And looks like Magnus is quite satisfied with a draw. He's just moving the rook back and forth and the queen back and forth. Here Magnus makes try. He tries to trade queens. And apparently Topalov makes a big mistake here. Trading queens, Rook d7, something like this. Is apparently, and white will get this pawn on c6. So that's one way to get an even game. Also moving back with the rook could be one way to get an even game. Instead, black makes a big mistake here that Magnus doesn't realize. It might have been time trouble here. It's move 40, so often you get new time after move 40, so could explain it. Apparently Magnus had a winning move here, d5. The idea is if it takes, and here, then Magnus has this nice maneuver here with the knight. And I guess it's this c pawn that's so strong. Rook here, move the c pawn, b5 is weak. The white queen is dominating. And black cannot go in because, yeah, of course, e7 is hanging down. But Magnus didn't see that, he moved back. And they continued to shuffle around. Here Magnus made what the computer think is a little bit dangerous move. He tries that one, weakening his king side, but it's still fine for him. And now he makes, blacks makes a big mistake again. And this time Magnus sees it. He sees this positional pawn sacrifice. Which is apparently it's winning. Like if you would take like this, then you could take here. Why can't you take here now? It's apparently because of this tactic. And there is a fork here. So that's the reason why he wants to cover this square, so he can do this and not get the black queen here for this this tactic, as I showed you. So that's very tactically alert by Magnus, I think, to see that finesse. So it takes like this, but this it's not clear why this would be good. But of course he has 1, 2, 3 attackers. Black has only 2 defenders right now. So he has to defend one more time. Yeah, white is threatening take, and if you would take with the bishop, and with the knight it's mate. If you would take with the rook, I guess, let's see here, if you do something. I see, it's even better. He has this queen sacrifice there. I didn't see that first. Point is here. Something like that. That's a nice tactic. I didn't see that one. So that's why he has to do something here. And then you can do like this. And if he would take here, then he will take here with check first, winning a rook. So he has to take like this. And here, apparently, this maneuver was winning for Magnus, but he didn't see that, so he played this one, which was a big mistake. Apparently, maybe queen d7 would have been better for white, for black, I mean. And that was a mistake also. Apparently, knight h4 was better. So here Magnus won. I guess he won on time. The position is of course equal here, but I guess he must have won on time. But yeah, a win is a win. Interesting game. He put a lot of pressure on Topalov, so I guess Topalov lost on time here. He like has drawing checks here according to the computer, or maybe he can also play it like this and he's covering all checkmates. And if I try something like this, he has this defense. So yeah, okay, interesting game. First time Magnus defeated a world champion, I think. I haven't shown any game before when he does that. So nice game. Also very nice. It's typical of Magnus' fighting style. In this position, like all other Grandmaster would have taken the draw, but Magnus keep fighting, pushing forward his pawns, doing everything he can to win. And this is when he's 150 points, 100 points lower rated here. So impressive stuff.